What's up, guys? Jarod and Gabby back for another episode of Kicks and Shit Show. We are doing another segment here called Cop or Drop. And Gabby, I want to start with the Nike Dunks, the 7-Eleven collabs. That is a drop for me. Those colors are, to me, hideous. Like, I just, orange and green, no. I mean, we talked about this, right? They are solids, and I'm more of a minimalist when it comes to that, right? A couple of colors in one shoe is fine, but those colors, no. It makes me look like I'm in like a clown shoe. For me personally, I just don't like them. I think that you could do other cool, nostalgia type things. Whether maybe it's a Taco Bell shoe or something like, right? You can do something that's like that might work, but that 7-Eleven for me, I just don't like it. It's a no.
I think you might be onto something though with this Taco Bell collab, like
giving away my ideas for
Doritos
free.
Locos, some Baja Blast. Right, those are things that are at Taco Bell. Haven't been in a while since we've been social distancing, but I feel like I would love to see that. Maybe some Cool Ranch on one foot, and then like extra spicy on the other. Get a little remix action going on.
Listen,
I don't know.
y'all know if Nike starts doing these collabs, you know where you heard it first, right here on the Kicks and Shit Show.
Yep. Don't forget to give us credit. But I think you're right. I think there's a balance between looking at nostalgia, which, 7-Eleven is something we all deal with. I think that launch could have been done totally different in terms of the colors. It's going to be a drop for me, too. I think some of the dunks just feel a little heavy for me. I know it's very similar to the Air Jordan 1, but yeah. I like when the colors are light and fun. I think the giant color blocking makes it look like a heavy shoe. Like almost more like an Air Force One. It just felt like it was weighed down with the colors themselves. And I think that's why a lot of people were not feeling it. And I believe the release actually got canceled because you got to give the people what they want. Exactly. You know what I mean?
And I think, Nike's smart with this stuff, right? Because the releases get leaked. We could argue whether it's on purpose or not. Wink, wink. But they get released and they can gauge the marketplace, right? And see what people are saying. If the sneakerheads aren't feeling it, they know, scrap that bad boy. And it's beautiful because then they don't have to, waste the money in production and a shoe that's not going to make money. Because, at the end of the day, guys, remember, while Nike creates fly stuff, they are in the business of making money. And if that shoe ain't going to make any money, we're going to get rid of it. However, there is an upcoming collab, Gabby, that I do like. That's going to be a cop for me. It's another dunk collaboration. It's the Ben & Jerry Chunky Dunky. See what we did there? The Chunky Dunky Lows, right? A little nod to the Ben & Jerry flavored Chunky Monkey. I like that a lot because it's got the cow print. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like there's some like fur type or faux fur material on the bottom. It looks very, very cool. That may be a shoe that, again, that's a little wild for me. We talk about my taste and very minimalist. It's a little extra. But I might cop those. I think they're great, so it's a cop in terms of, do I like it? But I might actually spend money and purchase, because as we know on this show, your boy ain't trying to spend no money on shoes. Hello, free samples, and can everybody just give me whatever they want? Thanks.
Or just send Jarod size 7 for me, because your girl over here has spent a lot of money on kicks. I don't get stuff for free. This is my investment. As my mom likes to call it, they're my mortgage shoes. So instead of me having an apartment that I own, welcome to my episode of MTV Cribs. But yeah, Jarod, I would love to see how you style that full outfit with those Ben & Jerry kicks. I can picture you walking down the street looking like Clyde, like super fresh with the outfit, like the wind in your hair and the music playing from who even knows where. It's a little Vanessa Carlton, making my way downtown. I don't know. That's how I'm picturing it.
That song's a banger, by the way. Don't knock it.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. You see what I look like. I feel like I have to like it because this is what you see outwardly, But I don't know. I think they're cool. I go back and forth. I'm very much in the camp of wearing your kicks, and I think they're fire. I think they're a must-have for collectors. But if you're like the average Jane like me who likes to wear their kicks and like pair it with a fly outfit, that's one of those ones that I'd have to think about. I would obviously try to go for it knowing that it's a coveted release. There's a ton of hype around it. Like, I am lucky to be in a community with a bunch of sneaker girls on social media on Instagram, and a bunch of them are offering up their firstborn. They want to name if they have twins, Ben & Jerry or their kids' names, And I think that Nike did a really dope job with these and taking the branding of Ben & Jerry's and what's indigenous to it, from the colorways to the textures to the clouds, and they really ran with it. And so I think it's a beautiful shoe. For me, I don't want to take away from other people who want it more than me. I'll go for it because I think it's cool, but I don't know. I'm on the fence.
All right, so maybe for you. What I'll say is, obviously, because of I mean, it's ice cream, right? So it would be a spring and summer wear for me, for sure. I mean, I know it's weird. Most people are like, I eat ice cream any time of the year. Like, I generally only eat ice cream in the spring and summer. Like, it's just me. I don't know.
I'm the same.
So it would be definitely
I'm
a spring and summer way for me. And then, if you do it with a fresh pair of like crispy white shorts and like bright pink or bright green tee, I think you might have some nice styling there. But the funny thing you mentioned though, Gabby, about, what I style it with. Funny you should mention that. I do want to think that there's some interesting fits out there that as it's late spring heading towards summer, hopefully we'll get let outside soon and be off quarantine. The Bel Air Athletics brand, and that's a nod, of course, to the school that Will Smith went to in The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Bel Air Academy, and there are all these cool like t-shirts, hoodies, golf shirts, all kinds of like, and they're like bright, funky colors and all that stuff that we remembered from The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and like how he'd wear the jacket inside out and all those extra floral patterns. It was really neat. And I think that is a brand that if you're a sneakerhead and you got a bunch of different shoes, especially these retros with these funky colorways, you can do some stuff with those Bel Air athletic clothes. I know, Gabby, you've seen a lot of their stuff. What's some stuff that's kind of caught your eye from Bel Air?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love it. It's all about the styling and profiling, right? I think that it's not just about the sneaker anymore. It's also about the full fit, the head to toe look. Like, how are you wearing that, I mean, now that I'm dressing real racy with the warm weather, wearing a t-shirt instead of my normal long sleeve sweatshirt, I know, wild over here, wild times in Jersey. I think it's important to have that kind of look. And like, I know we've talked about not wanting to mix brands, but something like a Bel Air collection is super dope to me because then you can have a cool nod without it necessarily being so brand focused and to that moment in time. Like, I think that around the Coming to America collection, that was super fire. There's a lot of McDowell's plaid hats that I saw coming out, and t-shirts and red suits. Like, Express did a really cool collection with Serge Ibaka that was a red fit that would look fire with those blazers or with some of those Zoom freaks, Yep. For me, I like the Bel Air collection. I loved the inside of the Will Smith jacket. I mean, that's like what I grew up with. Like, I grew up in Jersey, not in the south side of Philadelphia, but it was like my own way of feeling like I had a little street cred. I almost rapped for you, and I was like, I don't know if we're there yet. We're only in episode 4. But
you and all the people who were down at the Pingree School.
Oh yeah, me and my Jew crew, like, holla, you know what I'm saying? But I've never sounded whiter in my life, but that's fine. It's okay. Fine. I gotta embrace it.
That is who you are.
I love the 5s that are coming out. I think those are pretty cool. The Bel Air 5s. Just you mentioned the Bel Air collection. What do you think about those?
I do like those 5s. I know because the shoe's a white base, right? I don't know if I'm going to get them because while I do love the white base for a shoe, it's got to have some more accents for me. There's not enough. It's got a little bit of purple around the tongue from what I remember. Some stuff around the soles. I need a little bit more because a solid white shoe, because again, I wear mine. I'm not a dead stock guy, but we talked about this right in the beginning. I didn't bring sneakers to All-Star because I'm like, I'm not getting them dirty, right? So I don't want like straight up white shoes. They're just going to get like ruined the minute I go outside and, I step in a puddle or some random thing happens and it's like, it's over. So I'd be a little careful with those. But, I know there are products out there, which you did show me, that I can get to clean my shoes.
Absolutely. And I love that you have mysterious puddles surrounding you. I mean, it's like there is not a cloud in the sky today, but yet somehow Jarod is puddle jumping in these white sneakers. Now, we got to get you some Jason Mark and some crepe whites that you can keep with you. Nice little security blanket. So if there is a puddle and you feel like jumping, go ahead, boo. Go ahead. But for me, the new Bel Airs, I think they're cool. There's not a lot of white sneakers that I rock. I love my Superstars and their classic look. And I do have a pair of white-based fives, the Olympic fives, but I love that giant gold tongue. To me, it's still a statement piece. I love the Bel Air that came out in, what was it, 2013, the fives, because they weren't all white. They had a little bit of a nod to color, and they still had that feel of inside the jacket. And I think the new ones that came out, they're cool. I would love to see them in person. It could be one of those shoes that don't photograph as well because the inside and the detail on that is super dope.
That's the thing for me. The inside, and we can wrap it here. The inside, I think, is so great, but I'm like, why don't you bring a little bit of that to the outside? And that is a larger conversation we had in the previous segment talking about Nike and as they create shoes, right? How do they step themselves out of the shadow to continue to make incredible looking shoes? And it's hard because here's the thing, they set the bar high themselves with the Jordan brand, right? So now it's how do they jump it? And they're, as you can see, they're working through it. But guys, we want to thank you again for tuning in to the Kicks and Shit Show. We have an Instagram account that you guys should be following. Follow us at Kicks and Shit Show on Instagram. You can follow Gabby at Gabby Rosenthal. You can find me at JS Hector, and we will see you guys soon. Take care.
Peace.